Welcome to Express Drives. Today we are joined by Mr. Amit Batotia, CEO and founder of Park Plus. Welcome to the show, Mr. Batotia. How are you doing?
All well. How are you?
I'm well. I hope the pandemic is treating you well.
Things are good. A month back, things around weren't great, but I think now the things are on part of recovery.
Okay.
So things are good now.
All right. So could you tell us a little bit of background about Park Plus, about the company and how it all started for the people who are not that familiar with the company right now?
Yeah. So the idea basically germinated when I was at Paytm. My role at Paytm was to build the whole payment business for Paytm. So applying to RBI, getting the wallet license, and then making sure that first Paytm is integrated at all online platforms like Uber, Book My Show, etc. And then offline putting QR codes everywhere. In that journey, like Paytm had a limited parking space in the office. That's how most typical buildings would be like. In bigger IT parks, also, if there are 100 people expected to work, parking space is only for 12 to 15 people. That is how it is designed. And Paytm was housed in a smaller building. It was not a proper IT park, so the parking space was even limited. There was a government authority parking which was nearly about 200 to 50 meters from the office. So if you can't figure out the parking in the office, you try to go to the authority parking. And there were another space for 40, 50 cars there, but most of the time that parking would also get full, and then you have to figure out on the road where to go and park. So this whole process used to take 10, 15 minutes every time, and the roads are narrow, so which means even if you are taking a u-turn from going to one place to another place, like it will create the stress on the whole road, create jams, etc. So idea was like, is it, and 500 meters away there was a Noida sector 15 metro station. So you were like, if by the time I reach that metro station, if I can open the app and know if there is a parking either in office or the authority or somewhere else I can park my vehicle at Noida Authority metro parking, and then take a e-rickshaw or something from there to my last mile commute. And this used to create a lot of problem every morning, and every time the visitors would come to the office, and you will feel a bit embarrassed because the guy is saying, Amit, kahan lagayen gaadi? And you don't have a right answer. So that is the point of time the idea germinated, saying this is a problem which every car owner faces. In fact, when you talk to most of the car owners, like most people like to drive their cars, but people, and they want to be in control of their lives. They don't want to wait for 5, 10, 15 minutes figuring out, bhaiya kahan ho aap? And then they don't want to discover the guy has cancelled on them. They doesn't want to get the surprises of last minute surge pricing and all that kind of stuff. But problem is, whenever people take out their car, the first question which is there in the mind is around, would I get a parking? And that itself is good enough to discourage a lot of people from driving. So tons of us would have cars at home, but number of times we won't drive. We'll take a shared mobility, something of that sort. So I said, why don't we make lives of people easier? And not only that, like as I researched more into that segment, I figured out, like for example, Delhi police receives something about 300 calls every day for fights on parking. This guy has parked his car in front of my home, and this is my space. Now there is no way you can solve for it, because logically that is not his space, but this is how the space has been treated. And half the time, like if you look at, see, our road ministry is doing a great job building 30, 40, 50 kilometers of roads every single day. This is like 2x, 3x better than what we used to do, say, 10 years back. But all these roads are getting constructed outside cities, which means as a Delhiite or as a guy staying in Mumbai, that infra doesn't help me unless I'm going out for a road trip. So what happens is, how does the urban life become better? Urban life can't become better till the time people don't have options. You have to give people an option, and then people will comply. If people don't have an option, they end up putting their cars at one part of the road. Like anyways, our most of our roads are not very wide. So even if it is like a three cars can cross kind of a road, 3 lane road, chances are one and a half lane is taken away by the cars which are parked. So effectively, your road speed has gone down by 30% just because there is a car parked on the road. So idea was like, how do we improve the urban infra overall? How do we make the lives of people easier? How do we reduce the stress? Like we Indians are like fundamentally not the happiest people across the globe. Different studies show that our rank would be like 100 plus in most of these. And so there is enough tension, stress, anger in our lives. And this also creates road rage. People are fighting. You're parked in my place, all that kind of stuff. So, how do we improve people's life overall in urban cities? So, that is how this journey started, saying anything and everything around car will happen on this platform. So, which would mean that then you don't have to bother over, like, for example, there are cameras, there is challan, there is a court payment, there are things around access control. Every time I get out of my society, the guard will stop me because he wants to look at the sticker on my car. And suddenly you are like, this is so manual. Why can't it be seamless? Why need to stop at every entry? And then things around my daily cleaner did not turn up. I don't know what was covered in my insurance, what was not covered in my insurance. Oh, pollution certificate. Oh, I did not know it got expired just 2 weeks back. Now there is a 2000 rupee fine on top of that. So these are tons of things around your car which creates a lot of stress. So we said that why don't we bring the delight back to car ownership? People should love owning cars. People should love driving cars. Our public transport isn't great, and obviously, as a private individual, there is very little I can do to fix it. But at least make the commute more solvable, more easier, and make lives easier. That is broadly how the Park Plus journey started about 18 months back.
So also the biggest change recently that we heard about with Park Plus was the integration with FASTags.
Yeah.
So how did that come about, and what made Park Plus the solution provider for FASTags, and what is the and how is it working with the government closely, and how that thing panned out in forward? What's the
Hmm. See, when I started Park Plus, one point which I wanted to build was that like every society, every corporate, everybody had a different sticker on the car. So, which would mean for a lot of people, the windshield itself become like an advertising board of 10 buildings. And this makes the windshield. And when we said that we have to bring delight back to the car ownership, you should look at your car and you should smile. It should not look like a advertising board for 10 different buildings. And I said, like, let's single sticker put goes everywhere. So we started with the RFID solution. We started putting our tags on the car. The same tag will work in your office, same tag will work at your home, same tag will work at the mall, etc. So we started with that concept. And we started putting RFID tags on the car. So we built a lot of expertise around hardware, RFID, making sure it works and all that kind of stuff. And then we realized last year that the government is actively pushing on the FASTag. So I said, why do we need to build our own tag? Why don't we use the government infra, and which is anyways getting put? Let's read the FASTag. Let's make life easier. So we partnered with IDFC Bank, and we became the biggest issuer of FASTag for IDFC Bank for private vehicles. And obviously, this makes our lives easier because anyways we wanted to connect the tag to a payment method so that when you enter, when you exit, payments happen automatically, access get controlled manually automatically. So a lot of problems get solved automatically without user requiring any intervention. Like my parking thought was also like, you get into a parking and you can exit out of the parking, you don't have to stop. So incidentally, in last 6-9 months, maybe 12 months, what has happened is some of this part got accelerated. One is because of the FASTag, the payments became seamless. One is the FASTag was mandatory, so it came on every car. Second is payment became automatically seamless. I didn't have to educate users. The government educated the users. And third thing, what has also happened because of COVID, see, parking as an industry got decimated because people weren't going out. But what also happened was that digital parking has taken off. What is digital parking? Now the operator doesn't want to touch cash. The customer doesn't want to touch cash. Nobody wants to touch a parchi. So everybody, suddenly the whole industry is aligned towards being cashless, being frictionless, less manual interaction, and all that kind of stuff. So FASTag allows us to do all that. And what would gradually also happen is like FASTag is a payment method, just like there are 10 other payment methods. And it is one of those methods which could be made very, very seamless. Like I think your Uber experience, when you get out of Uber, like I built the whole Uber Paytm experience. So you get out of Uber without bothering how much was the bill, etc. It gets debited automatically. You don't have to scan a QR code. You don't have to punch a UPI pin. Like that experience is
It's gone.
is not that great as the Paytm native experience. So my assumption is it is possible for us to build those kind of experiences with FASTag, and
And
gradually, it is one of those unique payment methods which is linked to a vehicle, so people can relate to it. So unlike the other payment methods which are generic methods, these are the methods where people can relate to it.
what is the future with FASTag and Parkless, the collaboration, the possibility, like what we have right now, and the next step? What can we expect from for consumers in the near future and the distant future?
So FASTag started with a toll. Now we have been acquiring malls. When I say acquiring malls, what does that mean? Is your mall parking? You don't have to stop. This will become seamless. So every time you get into a mall, you will not need to collect any purchase. You will not have to wait at the entry. You will not have to wait at the exit. So your entry and exit experiences at the mall will become far superior than what they used to be before pandemic. We have already acquired 20 plus malls in last 6 months, and like by the time September comes in, I think 50 malls out of roughly about 200 malls in country will be using Park Plus. So 25%, 30% of the all active malls across country will be using Park Plus. So that is one thing. Then second is improving the offline experience when you go to parking, like for example, where to park, where are the empty spaces, what are the navigation systems. I think that is something all what we are building. So your experience there will also become better. You will be also able to book a slot in advance. You'll not be have to just go and figure out. 10 years back, all of us would have stood in line to book a movie ticket on book my to book a ticket at the counter. Now all of us just go to book my show and make a movie reservation. So the same thing would happen in the parking as well. You don't have to figure out at the last minute where to go and park. Your slot is reserved. Uh, Everything is taken care of automatically. So from parking, from toll to malls to parking, gradually paying for other things around cars with FASTag. FASTag is a regulated product. NPCI, IHMCL, these are the bodies which govern how the FASTag should be used. And my assumption is as FASTag becomes available for more usage for more payment methods, we'll like to adopt those payment methods.
Recently, the vaccination drive has been, been the talk of the major issue. And also, malls have opened up to their parking lots for drive-in vaccinations as well. So, Park Plus has also been helping with this drive, of course. So, could you talk more about how that is being implemented with Park Plus and how people can use the services from Park Plus and book there and use
Sure,
the service?
sure. So I've been a big believer that parking as a real estate can be used for 10 other things. Like any parking is busy only during a certain point of time and available at other points of time. Like your office parking is busy during the weekday but available on the weekend as well as on the night. Your residential parking is busy on the evening and the weekend but available during the daytime. Mall parking is busy during the weekend but available on the weekdays. Hotel parking is available on all days except when there are events or marriages in the hotel. So our idea was that parking can be used for 10 other things. What also happened was like I was observing what was happening in Feb and March, like the cases were down, but and there were enough vaccines available, but people weren't going for vaccination. The government had opened it for 45 plus age group, and but the people weren't going. And why were the people weren't going? If you talk to people, there were a lot of anecdotal stories around. I got COVID at a vaccination center because those kind of photos were in the same hospital. There are like 50, 60, 70 people sitting in a small room, crunched for space, and hardly any social distancing being followed. A lot of people not even wearing masks, etc. Suddenly, that fear gripped people. Am I comfortable taking my 70, 75-year-old mother for vaccination in that kind of a place? No, I will never take it. So everybody was like, "Oh, let's wait, let's see what happens, let's wait." And that is the reason our vaccination drive did not pick up in the beginning. Like the speed at which the vaccination should have happened did not happen at that point of time. And one of the biggest reason was, and even educated like people like you and me, actually, if you are more educated, there it was less likely that you will take your parents to that kind of a place.
Because of the apprehension and the
Yeah,
anxiety that you
yeah,
already
and
are aware.
there have been enough instances where people said, "I probably got COVID at a vaccine at a hospital." And what also happened, then I said there has to be a better way to do it, because people finally want to get vaccinated. It is not that people are not looking to get vaccinated. People are happy getting vaccinated. And then I looked at some of the examples, what is happening in the Western world, in some of the places in US, vaccination drive through cars, the parking was being used. And I said, see, we already have a working relationship with most of the malls, most of the corporate offices, because we either manage their parking or have digitized their parking or are in touch. So we reached out to Gurgaon medical authorities and said, actually, we reached out to Mumbai, we reached out to Delhi, we reached out to like a lot of places. And but the Gurgaon guys were probably the most prompt guys. And initially, after some hesitation, they said, okay, let's try out for a couple of places to see how it works. And the response was phenomenal. People like our first vaccination drive at DLF City Center, like there used to be like a queue of 5 hours. That clearly proved that there was enough demand. The only thing is that can you execute it properly? So then what we said was let's plan it properly. Then things places around Cyber Hub, places around Ambience Mall, then Brookfield, Candor Tech property, Vatika properties, like tons of places. We would have got, I think, close to about 35-40 camps conducted in Gurgaon itself, apart from Noida, Ghaziabad, etc. as well. And in Gurgaon alone, we would have got vaccinated close to about 20,000 people in these camps. That's a massive win. I'll put it that way. From because suddenly once you get vaccinated, your parents are vaccinated, then you force your maid, you force your drivers, you force your help also to get vaccinated, and suddenly then the whole society starts moving in. Like if you look at the Gurgaon numbers published yesterday, 50% Gurgaon is the biggest city in India right now, with more than 50% people getting at least one shot. And that happened because if people like you and me are vaccinated, we'll force our all the help also to get vaccinated. So suddenly there is a momentum. If your help looks at you and say, if you haven't got vaccinated, why should I get vaccinated? There were enough rumors floating around for vaccines, etc. Now suddenly there is a push. Society starts saying that we'll not allow a non-vaccinated guy to come in because 80-90% of the society is vaccinated. So suddenly that once you cross that point, inflection point, that is a point of time the momentum picks up automatically. So we would have got vaccinated these 20,000 people. The government was helping us in conducting those camps. Government was providing the vaccine. Government was providing the doctors, etc. For conducting the vaccination. And then I think pan India level, a lot of cities also picked it up. So we were like very happy. And then what we also did was we solved for some of the problems around, like for example, earlier it was not, you did not know when was the camps happening. So we started putting that information on Park Plus app. So on Park Plus app itself, there is a you know where are the next drive-through happening in your city. Then what also happened was the next complaint that came in was we don't know whether there are enough vaccines in a camp or not. I am waiting for an hour, but I don't know whether I'll get. So we started putting nearly real-time information on the app, saying 200 doses left now, 150 doses left now. So if you know there are only 20 doses left and there are 30 cars in ahead of you, then you know that there is no point waiting. So we suddenly cut down the waiting time of people significantly as well. So I think all these efforts put in a lot of got a very quick results, and it I think from a people point of view it was amazing experience. Like you saw the people of your age group, mother age group, my mother age group, coming blessing you, saying beta आपने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. They could not even have moved. Like you were like, how would people take these people to hospital? There is no way. And on the same hospital seat where somebody else was sitting 10 minutes back, and like maybe 100 people will sit on the same seat, how do you expect the person to not catch COVID versus sitting in your own car with your four family members joking around, doing WhatsApp, playing songs, cracking jokes in an open atmosphere? Like the experience itself is different. I'll not be surprised if a drive-through cinema picks up in the country now, because
There
now
are a
people
few
have
already,
seen
like, but
that
I guess that
this is
is
also an
what.
experience.
Yeah.
You already have seen that this is an amazing experience, because you can keep eating whatever you want to eat in the car. Even if your kid is shouting, it's okay because he's sitting within the car. For example, I have a 2-year-old kid, and sometimes like when the kid is at that age group, like in the cinema hall, he'll start shouting, he'll start howling. and you feel embarrassed. You suddenly, either the husband or the wife, कोई तो ले जाएगा उसको बाहर, आधा घंटा बाहर रखेगा, उसको सुलाएगा, वापस लाएगा, इतने पिक्चर खत्म, फिर चिक चिक. So like suddenly, like, why can't I take my kids to cinema hall, to a movie in my own car? We will sit, we will enjoy. The kid has his food, kid has his, can sleep, we can talk. Like, why do I need to necessarily sit on a cinema hall seat? Not needed. So once that you get that experience, then you're like, yeah, this works. And now I think this is great. Now, vaccines are available. My assumption is in 30-35% of Indian eligible population has been already vaccinated. Rest will get vaccinated soon. So this was an amazing experience. And from a team point of view, it was amazing because like you were doing a good job. When people come out and say, thank you for doing this, thank you for conducting this, and suddenly these are your friends who reach out to you and say you are doing an amazing job. Even at a team level, when the morale was down, like because somebody or the other at home was hit for everyone, and you feel good about it, like the feeling was very good, kind of a thing. Obviously, it was a lot of expenses went from our own pocket because the camps were free for everyone. But for us, there was a cost of organizing. But overall, it was like worth it.
In which cities are your vaccination camps happening, and are you now where are you planning to expand that into the near future?
So we did camps in Gurgaon, we did camps in Delhi, we did camps in not in Delhi, but in Ghaziabad, Noida, Greater Noida, like mostly NCR part. We reached out to Mumbai folks as well for doing these camps, but I think the vaccines weren't available at Mumbai at that point of time, so we couldn't do that. So that those were the camps where we work with the government to provide active support. Now what we are doing is we are working with some of the private bodies, like for example, an RWA want to vaccinate the whole people of the society, a corporate, like this is an we have an amazing solution. Like for example, take the example of people like Amazon. Now they would have like say 50,000 employees. Earlier, those 50,000 employees were based in Hyderabad. So you can do a vaccination camp if required at that point of time in Hyderabad and get it done. But now everybody is working from home. So out of these 50,000 people, maybe 5,000 people will be in Delhi, 3,000 people will be in Noida, 5,000 people will be in Mumbai, 2,000 people will be in Bangalore, and spread across. There is no way you can get your employees vaccinated quickly. But with us, it becomes very easy because we have parkings, malls, relationships everywhere. It is possible for us to conduct a camp in Delhi, possible to get, and so any corporate who wants to get camps conducted for his team members, uh, we are now helping those corporates in private camps.
And are there more places, cities you're looking to expand to? Any things that you can share? Any cities that you're
So,
trying to
so Bangalore is something we are looking at. Bombay we are still looking at, and then it is mostly about cities like Ahmedabad, etc., which are like the capital cities. These are cities we are looking to expand.
And a question that just came up to me in my it's the like for example, Swiggy started in a similar kind of a fashion, trying to connect consumers with businesses together like that, and you're trying to do that similar thing for parking as well. And now they've also ventured into creating their own satellite kitchens and making their own food and selling it as well. With the parking solution that we have currently at its such infancy level in most of the populated areas, do you think that Park Plus also can look into creating their own parking infrastructure and like have that as a solution as well in the future?
So we are still a lot of time away from that. See, one thing is very clear: the number of spots available, at least official slots available, are far lower than what the demand is, and that is the reason why you see cars parked on the road all across. See, first thing what we want to do is make the utilization of existing spaces better by democratizing the knowledge where there are spaces. The second part we want to do is to tap the, I'll say, alternative supply. What is alternative supply? For example, hotel supply is the alternative supply. Corporate supply is the alternative supply. Apartment supply is an alternative supply. So, which would mean that it is going to be still available to limited people, not all people. Like, for example, an apartment might say, I'm going to allow only those people who have given Aadhaar cards, who are Aadhaar verified, or I'm going to allow only those people who have a corporate email ID. So those things can happen through our app, our platform. So my idea is first to do the organized parking, then create alternative parking. Like for example, in Mumbai, hotels like Sahara Star, etc., are now working with us. So if you are in Mumbai, The Mumbai airport parking is say 2000 rupees a day. Sara Star will give you a parking at 750 a day, and in 750 they'll also give you a breakfast as well. So what happens is, like, if you are a Park Plus customer, you can book a parking at Sahara Star. You can go to the hotel in the morning, put your car there, have your breakfast, take your breakfast, and then take your flight. While coming back, you just exit the airport, take your car, and go out. There is no need for you to wait for this thing, shared mobility cars. And what also happens is, your personal car is your personal car. Like, for example, if you know you are coming late at night, if you want to put in some dry snacks there, it could be made available. It has your own playlist. It is your home feeling. Your personal car is personal, which can't be matched by a shared mobility stuff. And what would also happen is, you can take your calls, etc., while coming back, while going back, which you may not be able to do in the other places. So idea is, we are not looking to create our own parkings right now, but the idea is to utilize the existing spaces as much as possible before we figure out that existing is probably not good enough types.
Recently, you've also ventured into offering insurance for vehicles as well. That's advertised on your app. That's something new that's come up. Could you explain how people can utilize that as yeah?
So what we have been doing is, we are saying we are solving the all pain points of the car owner. So at all pain point of the car owners, what we see is a lot of things are, like, for example, insurance. Like, if I ask you, like, while most of the people will know, I have taken a, say, for example, a Bajaj Alliance insurance. But what is the difference between a Bajaj Alliance insurance or, say, an Echo insurance? Why is one insurance at 5,000 rupees and other at 9,000 rupees? कुछ तो फर्क होगा. क्या फर्क है? For example, people don't know what does IDV value means. People don't know कि भाई, बस ज्यादा लोगों को क्या पता होगा, इसमें नो क्लेम होता है और नो क्लेम नहीं होता, ये जीरो डेप है, वो जीरो डेप नहीं. That's it. But what else? And what are the places, like, for example, when you go to authorized service center, they will always try to replace parts rather than repair parts, because the cost is being funded by your insurance. But finally, the insurance itself is funded by you. So at a point of time, you are making sure that you are paying more as a consumer. So how do you educate the customer around insurance? How do you educate him around what is happening, included, what is not included, and make it easy? Like, insurance, like, all these documents are complicated. There are tons of TNCs attached. There are tons of variables attached. You can get 50% here. You can get 75% here. You will get only 25% here. This will be covered. This will not. Technically speaking, if there is a problem with your car, you can have to mandatorily call the insurance company within 24 to 48 hours. If you call them a month down the line, they are perfectly fine to say, we will not honor you. The customer doesn't even know that. So question is, how do you educate the customer around it and make his life easier? See, finally, this is the internet world. All the information is available at fingertips. But do you want your customer to go through 10 blogs and 5 YouTube videos to figure out what is right? Can you make it easier for him? That is the aim. Make it easier for him. Don't make him stress. Make him believe कि यार मेरी ये सारी प्रॉब्लम इन्होंने सॉल्व कर रखी है. I don't need to bother. Okay. That is what we want to solve. Like, if you go to TripAdvisor, and if you know that if a hotel is, say, rated more than, say, 4.5 out of 5 or 9 out of 10, you know this is a good hotel. Book at TripAdvisor has made your life easier. So question is, how do we make the lives of customers very, very easy when it comes to whether it is car insurance, gradually servicing, repair, parts, accessories, everything.
Thank you so much for your time, and hope you wish you all the best with Park Plus and the future.
Sure. Thank you.
Stay safe.
You for taking on. Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much.